Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a major update within Performance Max, a campaign type within Google Ads, which we use very heavily for our clients, and I'm extremely excited to share it with you. I'm going to go into the ins and outs of what the update is and what it actually might mean for your Google Ads account. Now, my name is George. I run an agency called The Paid Search Company. We specialize in Google Ads for Shopify brands, and we spend well over $1 million a month. And I've probably spent with the help of my team, over $10 million on Performance Max in the last 2 years. It is a fantastic campaign type, but it has its issues. And this update allows standard shopping to get the light of day. Okay, and we're going to explain what that means in a second. Before I jump in, if you are looking to get a second pair of eyes on any of your Performance Max or standard shopping campaigns, especially with the run up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, then we will create a complete custom free audit and action plan for your Google Ads account, for your brand, and we'll do that within the next 24 hours. All you have to do is just book a call with myself one-to-one down below. Let's get into it. So what actually was this update? I'm going to read you the notification that Google sent out. This was last week, okay? So they said, we have an exciting update to share that will enable you to cap additional opportunities during the holidays. I like how they phrase this, by the way. In reality, they mean make more money. Starting in October, we're gradually launching an update that will change how Performance Max and standard shopping campaigns interact in auction when they are in the same account targeting the same products. So basically, you know how you used to have maybe you used to have a standard shopping campaign targeting your entire product catalog, and then you would might have launched a Performance Max campaign, and then you quickly found that the PMax campaign just cannibalized that shopping campaign, right? It just ate it all up, and the standard shopping campaign just stopped spending. Well, the reason for this is because Google gave Performance Max priority in the auction. So if standard shopping and Performance Max was bidding on the same product, PMax would win every single time. All right, no exceptions. It would win every single time. This update changes that. Now, as it will say down here, it is normal auction dynamics for apply, right? So the campaign with the highest ad rank will serve. And that basically just levels the playing field, enables for more flexibility on campaign management, and allows for less complexity with when it comes to testing, right? Because a lot of people want to actually test their standard shopping and Performance Max campaigns side by side, but they just can't really because PMax used to have the priority. Now you actually can. And in my opinion, I think that standard shopping will actually, in many cases, produce a higher ad rank. And I'm going to explain a little bit why in a second. But yeah, so before we jump into kind of how I think this might change the strategy, do be aware that you may have some sleeper standard shopping campaigns that are going to start to spend, okay? This is definitely something you need to watch out for because they are now eligible to serve above PMax. So what do I think this might mean for you in Q4, this coming Black Friday, Cyber Monday? So in my opinion, standard shopping is a more incremental campaign type than Performance Max, okay? The reason I say this is because you have complete control over what you are spending your money on, all right? You can see the exact search terms that you're spending money on, right? To the dime, to the cent. And you can have complete control over the negative keywords that you apply within that campaign too. So what this means is, if you are selling a watch of some description, you can, bid on very cold terms, right? So you can bid on people searching for buy watch now, blue watch, smart watch, whatever it is, whatever you're selling. And you can exclude anything that would suggest this customer was intending to buy from you in the first place. Okay, so you can exclude your own brand name. You can exclude maybe the specific name of your product. That shows a level of intent there that maybe we don't actually want to be, spending our ad dollars on. Maybe we want to let that person convert organically. You can also do more advanced things where you segment out your standard shopping campaigns by intent, right? So you have a standard shopping campaign for high intent and a standard shopping campaign for low intent. And this is a pretty cool strategy that I've covered in one of my previous videos. But I digress. Really, all I want to talk about here is that it actually might be a good idea to, for these reasons, have a standard shopping campaign with your best-selling products in, okay? I would genuinely, strongly consider launching that campaign because, as I say, it's more incremental. You have more control over the keywords that you're bidding on. It's probably going to produce a higher quality score than PMax because PMax is also spending across the different networks, and standard shopping, you also have the ability to make your own bid adjustments. PMax is doing these things automatically, right? So you're going to be able to, based on your previous knowledge, spend more on certain demographics, spend more on certain age groups, certain in-market segments. PMax, while it is good with all of the automation that it has, sometimes coming in and making these manual adjustments might produce better results and produce a higher ad rank, okay? So what I would suggest is running a standard shopping campaign for your best selling products, right? Those products that have that search volume, and just seeing if this actually allows you to outrank your performance max. We find standard shopping quite scalable, okay? The problem with PMax, as I say, it likes to do a lot of remarketing, a lot of bottom of funnel, middle of funnel stuff. It goes after people that have visited your website before. It goes after people, and you have no control over this, right? PMax just has access to all of this data in your account, and it's just going to go and do it. You have no control over how much remarketing it does or doesn't do. With standard shopping, it isn't doing remarketing, all right? If you don't want it to, it's just cold. You can have a remarketing shopping campaign that does exist, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I think standard shopping is a good cold top of funnel campaign type. So that is why I suggest having your best selling products in a standard shopping campaign, putting that on a low TROAS so as to not constrict your traffic volume, okay? This is another mistake people make with standard shopping. They put the target ROAS too high because they're like, hey, I want a 6x or 7x. In reality, you're just giving Google an unrealistic goal. And a low TROAS, something like as low as even a 0.5x or a 1x ROAS, can actually produce a ROAS that's much better than that. Google will, if it sees opportunity, it's not like if you set a ROAS of 1, it can only get a 1. No, it can do better than that. And oftentimes it will. It's just actually allowing more traffic to flow through the campaign. And so, PMax is still useful, right? It's still very useful, especially if you have a high SKU count, a high product count, because it's extremely difficult to optimize a high product count within a standard shopping campaign, because you constantly have to change the TROAS targets and change the MCPCs and make all the bid adjustments yourself. Like, you would never be able to outcompete PMax at that. All I'm suggesting is that when you have, a campaign with 1, 2, or 3 of your best selling products, in that situation, I do believe that a human can outcompete PMax, and that's why I recommend having this standard shopping campaign running in your account post this update here, okay? And again, PMax, we still don't have campaign level negative keywords yet. We can't control how much remarketing it doesn't do. We need to install scripts to be able to see what the hell it is even doing in the first place. So really, this is the only situation that I would use it for, where you do have a high product count. You have obviously 50 plus products, something like that. And then I would just use actually PMax as more of an all product campaign, okay? So just, maximizing the revenue that you can produce from your product catalog, okay? Which is actually flipped. Like, we used to have the whole catch-all shopping campaign and then the PMax for bestsellers. I'm actually suggesting a little bit of a reversal here. I think this is slightly more optimal now that we've had this update, and running this on, max conversion value, TROAS, any of the above is fine. Why do I suggest feed only here? Just because when you're running all products, you can have asset groups, but actually I'm probably going to do a video on this later. We're finding that going broader with PMax, especially in the holiday season, is producing the best results, right? So not having creative, because creative is a form of targeting when you have the ad copy and the images and the videos, not having audience signals, not having search themes, literally just having a PMax with one asset group, with no audience signals, with all your products in it, and just letting that roam free is honestly what I would recommend right now. That's what we're seeing works best. And then having obviously a branded shopping campaign here as well, okay? Because it's very important that you exclude brand, as I always bang on about, from these two campaigns, because these two campaigns should be cold campaigns, all right? Campaigns that are designed to acquire new customers. And that means that when someone searches up your brand name, if you've done this correctly, if you don't have a branded shopping campaign, you won't pop up, okay? And that's important. It's important to advertise to branded customers because you can gather more data. You can ensure that the sale actually does happen, and most importantly, you can outcompete competitors that are bidding on your brand name, which there will be many, okay? And so, yeah, well, probably there will be many. I don't know your brand, but branded shopping is important. So again, branded shopping, all products, MCPC, make sure you don't run a TROAS because you'll pay a premium on the CPCs. You'll just get more expensive CPCs. And installing a script that will exclude all other keywords except your brand name so that you can just take out that manual work. I honestly think this is the best strategy when it comes to shopping to run right now. Obviously, you want to have other campaigns here, but I think some variation on this is most optimal after this update. If you want to have a one-to-one strategy session with myself, going over how you can best implement a structure like this in your own account and make the absolute most of the Black Friday and holiday season, then the link is down below. we're going to create this beautiful custom action plan for you for free so that you can know for certain you are getting the most bang for your buck. And if you aren't running Google Ads, we will show you what is possible, okay? You cannot leave all this money on the table. There is so much to gain from running Google Ads, so much demand to capture. Do not over rely on Facebook. You will regret it. All right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.